So I have a very interesting topic to talk about is encouraging independence through life skills. Okay. In children on the autism spectrum or ADHD or Down syndrome or intellectual disability, all those things. When we come to talk about the mental health disabilities, is what I'm talking about, right? So when we are talking about life skills, yes, it puts a lot of pressure out of our shoulders when once our children become independent, doing their things themselves. And what these things can be. What are the life skills that I'm talking of? Life skills are everyday skills children need to function in the world, like eating on their own, washing their hands, right? Or using the toilet on their own, and then doing their business, cleaning themselves, washing their hands, and coming out, right? Dressing themselves on their own, bathing. This is a basic life skill, right? Very important that our children are independent on this, even holding the spoon and eating on their own. That also is a life skill, right? We might take it as we as parents become so protective about our child, especially a child on the spectrum or on any disability, that we want to help. We are more proactive. We want to do things for our child, not giving them an opportunity to become independent. Yes, we do it. Yes, I have done this with my son, right? वो नहीं कर सकता, मैं कर देती हूँ, right? Or all right, I'm not even giving him opportunity to do it on himself. I'm feeling that, oh, he's having so many issues when it comes to the fine motor skills or gross motor skills. How he will be able to do? You know, that was even my fear. I was trying to protect my child, right, as a mother. But if we want our child to become independent, we have to take 2 steps backward. Okay? 2 steps backward means we are just observing. We are letting them do, right? No matter how much time they take to do a very simple task, and we are getting impatient, right? So we need to give them time. We need to give them opportunity to be able to scratch their mind and try to use their body, their hands, try to do the skills on their own. Yes, yes, there that was a big issue with me, and I started taking step backwards, and my son started getting independent. Right. So why life skills matter? Life skills are like the everyday skills children need to function in this world, like eating on their own, dressing, brushing their teeth, using the toilet and coming back, right, washing their hands. Then they are not just tasks. These small things will build their confidence, self-esteem. They are going to feel proud of themselves. And each child, regardless of where they are on the spectrum, can learn some level of independence when it comes to the life skills, right? The core areas that we need to look at is brushing teeth, bathing on their own, washing their hands. Very important, washing their hands. Why washing was very important for me when I was, bringing up Rana, because I thought I can't go to the next step. And the next step was that, cleaning himself after doing his business in the toilet, washing his hands and coming out. I used to be so worried because he was toilet trained. He would go to the toilet, do his business without washing himself or without washing his hands. That was my main concern. So washing hands is very important, right? We might take it as a very simple task. We might think that it is not a big deal. But believe you me that when Ranak started washing his hands, I was like, wow, this is a fantastic thing. Now he is rubbing his palm, able to pick up the soap and, rub it in his hand, or squeeze out the liquid soap from the bottle, and then rub it in his hands and wash his hands properly and come out. Rinse the hands, right? And he needs to do it rubbing the palms together. It's not like, not doing. So that became that became my base point for the next step when it comes to cleaning himself after the poo and then washing his hands and coming out. Right? Very important. Looks simple, but it's very important. Life skills are more important than any other skills that our children will gain. You know, before the academic goals or academic goals and independent skills, life skills have to go hand in hand, right? And what are these life skills that we are looking at? We are looking at brushing on their own, right? Bathing on their own, doing their stuff in the toilet, washing their hands, flushing, and coming out. Independence is required as they grow up. We cannot be going inside with them in the toilet, right? So that's very, very important. Then comes dressing themselves, right? So it's like after they get back from school, they need to change their school dress. They should be able to do it on their own, right? And if they are bathing, they have to wear bare essentials inside and come out when if they are learning, right? Then it is like packing the school bag, right? Packing the school bag, tidying up the toys, clean up, and even toddlers can do it. Even toddlers. When Ranak was a toddler, we started teaching him how to clean up his toys and put it back in the rack, right? Even toddlers can learn the cleanup part, right? That is the first thing that you can start teaching. You can always keep a small bag or a basket where all the toys will go. You can teach them that after we play, we put them back in this basket, and this basket will go into a rack or a cupboard. That will be the next step, right? So divide how to go about it. Divide every skill into a smallest possible task, smallest possible step, right? Uh, when we are trying to, actually, it is a part of ABA where we do a task analysis. What is a task analysis? Task analysis is division of a particular skill into various steps. So the child can, now it is not that the child has to go independently in the washroom, pick up the brush and start brushing, right? So we start breaking it down into a smaller task, and every task he's able to master, then we move to the next task. In the same, it's only we are teaching him brushing first, independent, right? So first, that also can be first getting into the washroom, right? Then picking up the brush, that becomes the first step, right? First going to the washroom, first step. Second step can be picking up the brush. Like that, you can divide it into various steps. See for yourself what all activities you are doing. Write it down, write it down. Every step becomes a task. Okay, so that's how we start achieving those life skills, right? And whatever goals that you're having, you have language goals, you have, goals to bring down their behavior, include life skills along with that. Include life skills in their daily routines, right? It can be just as simple as washing hands or just simple as using a spoon to feed themselves, right? Or cleaning the table after they have played with the toys or do away with the colors or the watercolors, you know. So you can just guide them through the thing, and even the toddlers can do. So it's not about the age of the child. The sooner we start, the better it is. Sooner we start making them independent, they start feeling confident within themselves, right? Then what else can be the life skill that they have to learn is in communication and social skills, asking for help, greeting people, right? Saying yes or no, allow them to make choices. This is also a life skill, right? Do you want to have rice dal or do you want to have pulao, right? Or do you want to go out in the kids play area or you want to play with mama indoor, right? Do you want a swing or do you want a monkey bar? Like that. Start giving them choices, right? So that they are now scratching their mind to give you the correct answer, right? And they are trying to pick what they want. So you are giving them that self-esteem. You are giving, once you start giving them choices, also is giving them the feeling of being independent. I have a free will to choose. Right? That comes. So, in social skills, recognizing danger signs. Very important to recognize the danger signs. That also is a life skill, right? Holding hands while crossing the road, knowing that parents' phone number, knowing your own address, right? If the child is non-verbal, if the child is using augmented devices, that AAC devices for communication, that also requires the address. They need to have the address. One of the flashcards needs to have the address, right? The child should be able to speak out the name, or the name needs to be there on their device, right? Very important. They should be able to find their way home. They should know the phone number of mommy or papa. You can start with one number and do it every day. Practice every day. It doesn't take much time. Yeah. So first we start with the basic skills of the life of the self care skills. Then we come down to the daily living skills, which can be dressing, packing school bag, and tidying up toys, setting up the table, and after finishing the food, go and put the plate in the sink, right? Uh, then it's very important that they should be able to dress themselves, buttoning, zipping, putting the hook on, right? All these things will go a long way. Once they have done this, yes, we can also help them with lacing. Very important for shoes, right? For lacing of the shoes. That even children not on the spectrum also find it pretty difficult. So the earlier we start, so take up any life skill and start teaching. Give yourself a month's time to start with. Then give yourself a week's time. So every time, pick up one skill and start working on it on daily basis. Consistency is the key, right? And remember one thing: once they have learned something, any skill, even a skill to use the toilet properly, come out, wash hands, and come out, that goes in a long way in their independence, and your lose leaving them. Your hands are not tied up all the time, right? So the more we make them independent, the more we can take our steps backward, right? And once the skill is learned, it is learned for the lifetime, isn't it? Once my child is toilet trained, he's toilet trained for lifetime. Once my child can, lay the table, can lay the table for the lifetime, right? Then we start moving further ahead. How to use a washing machine? How to use even a dishwasher per se, right? How to start peeling, small kind of a peeling of a cucumber to cut, then start, even that cooking is also a life skill. So that will be at the later stage. But if my child is a toddler, the child needs to at least able to clean up, right? Then wash hands, then use the toilet on their own, right? Eat on their own. This is very important. Life skills are more important than the academic goals. Life skills are more important than learning alphabets or numbers, right? Because this goes with them for the lifetime. It's a life skill. It's a basic self-care skill that we are talking of, right? Then even for communication and social skills, greetings others. Like Ranak has learned how to greet people. I think he just goes and even says hi to strangers, especially when the moment we enter a lift, we have other people standing. He would say hi everyone, and it's fantastic because uh, when we taught him greetings, it was not that only people whom we should say hi, right? So we just enter, say hi or good morning. It's always nice to exchange greetings, right? That's the first level of you are putting the foundation for building a social connection, isn't it? We also begin by saying hi, even to a stranger, and that stranger might tomorrow become my friend. So these are very important, that gives them an independence in living, right? Because मुझे ऐसा लगता है that a person who is uneducated but knows the life skills can still survive, right? We can always find a vocational training. But a person who does not have life skills and has academic skills will always struggle because they won't be able to live independently. They are always needing the support. The more we keep supporting them, now our perspective to support our child should take a different turn. We are supporting them by not hand holding them, right? We are supporting, guiding from a distance. Let them do their business. Let them tidy up, even though they are taking a lot of time, right? Let them figure out. Let them figure out how to do it, right? We also, when we were trying to walk, we would have fallen up teen times, isn't it? Let them also fall. Let them also feel the hurt, right? And then find their way and walk properly, right? That's what is super important. No matter what my child's disability is, I can work around it. I can make them independent to whatever extent. Whatever I feel that, time is not important at all. He started washing his hand at the age of 8. So I was constantly trying. And then came the next step was that now I will teach him how to wash himself after his poo-poo business, or, clean himself, wash hands and come out. Right? And now it is for the lifetime. Even though it came at the age of 8, even though the independent eating might come for some children at the age of 10. For the rest of his life, the child eats 3 meals in a day. This meal, on his own for so many number of years that this child is going to live, right? So I feel the time does not matter. What matters is our intention of making them independent. Our taking up a goal, right? When the goal is complicated, take the time period to be 1 month, 2 months. Once we have finished this goal, we move to the next goal, right? So we can keep on taking, like, how to fold the clothes, how to arrange them in the cupboard, how to clean the floor, the sweeping, mopping. That should also come in the later stage. Why not? Right? I don't know about the neurotypical people, how they are treating their child, but I want to make sure that my child should be able to do sweeping, mopping, should be able to keep put on the washing machine, right? At least help himself. He can take care of his clothes cleaning. He can take care of the cleaning of the environment. He should be able to do dusting, isn't it? Very important. And he should be even able to wash the utensils, right? And it can be simple. You take your plate after eating, take your plate to the sink, clean it up, and put it in the rack and come. It can be done. Looks difficult, but we have to keep this in our mind, right? So our approach to parenting has to change from full support, full work, full physical prompt, to bring it down to supporting from a distance, right? That goes in a long way, and the time doesn't matter. Please don't give yourself a time limit. All right. Just remember, once learned, learn for life. Like, if I want to train Ranak to drive a car, right? A very big life skill. Okay. So I don't know when I will be reaching there, but yes, it's a dream. So once he learns to drive, he will be independently traveling on his own. Once he learns how to use a cab or, hop on to the bus, it is for the lifetime, isn't it? Maybe it takes me a year to teach him. Maybe it takes me 6 months to teach him. But once done, it's done for life, isn't it? So that's what is very, very important. Of course, they'll be learning their academics. They will be learning many other extracurricular activities like painting, like drawing, like, making arts and crafts or dancing, right? All these things, of course, that will be their hobby. But along with all these, all these combos that we want to expose our child to, life skill becomes the basic thing, and it's a basic necessity of living, right? To be able to help myself, right? That's very important. It gives confidence to them. It gives them a pride within themselves. And plus, they are not dependent on anybody. They will be requiring less and less support. And that gives them a sense of, that pulls their esteem to a higher level. And once their self-esteem moves to a higher level, now they start feeling confident in doing many other things. It starts showing in their academics. It starts showing in whatever they like, their interest. There also they start excelling, isn't it? It's about raising their confidence. Right? So very important. So I wanted to talk about this, bring all the parents awareness to a very major thing is life skills, right? No matter what goals you take, but keep one life skill as the goal, right? And if the child is not there yet, it's not there yet because maybe it was not your goal. But now you can start adding to their goals. Ask them to do the work. What you are doing, write down what you do for them. Take one of the goals. Now I'm not going to do this. Now my so and so son or daughter is going to try. You know, Aditya, Aryan, Ranak, they are the ones who are going to do themselves, right? So that's what I wanted to talk about today to all the parents. I too am a parent to a child on autism spectrum, walked the journey just the way you are walking, and I'm also still walking along with you. Um, with my experience, whatever I could share, I want to come and talk to my fellow parents who are as warrior as I am, who are also soldiers, navigating the war against the symptoms, which we call as autism or ADHD or intellectual disability, learning disability, any of the things. The basic thing is the life skill, right? And I helped my son achieve many of the milestones which looked completely impossible at the time when we started on this journey, and achieved few of the things because I brought in certain non-conventional kind of intervention, and I talk about that in my masterclass. That happens on Friday, 5 p.m. This Friday, we are having this session on 26th at 5 p.m. I talk about the intervention that brought about a lot of improvement in his symptoms, and we could become so independent, what we have become now. He's at the state where he comes back from office, pulls out his clothes, proper matching clothes, okay, and changes his dress, takes out the tiffin from his bag, puts it in the sink, puts the tiffin bag in its place, puts his bag in his place. Okay, so we are at that level of independence. Toilet training is a different ball game altogether. That's been there for many years, but this is new, right? Come to home independently, open the door or knock the door and get inside, right? So that's the level of independence we want. Once the child learns, it's there for lifetime. Now the next goal comes, right? That's how we keep building. That's how we make a buildings also, right? One floor at a time. We don't make the 30th floor without making the foundation, right? So we start with the foundation and then we keep building every floor on a building, right? That's what. So do that with your child. Feel happy, feel elated once they achieve it. Appreciate every step they're trying to take independently without your support. When they are trying to scratch their mind, observe them, try to understand they want to be independent too, right? So have a lovely journey ahead with me. Yes, I'll be coming and talking to you because that's what has become now my mission, to reach out to as many parents as possible so that they don't, I don't want them to make any mistake and then look back and regret. So before you, I don't want you to regret any time because I have had certain regression. regrets in my life, and I don't want you to have those. And that's the reason why I want to come here, talk to parents about, with my experience, what I have learned and what I've achieved. I want to share with you. Yes. And yes, I talk about my journey more in detail in my masterclass. Do come join me and hear me out on Friday. I also have a 14-day program where we talk about the dietary intervention, the detox, and all the therapies, the behavior management. We talk about everything. For the 14-day program, you can first listen to me on Friday and then come join me on my 14-day program. And also join me on my WhatsApp. The link is given. There's a WhatsApp group. You can join and remain updated on daily basis about the journey that we had, all the, about my live session as well, and about my master session as well when we are starting our master class, right? So come join me. Let's join hands, help each other out, and make this journey a little easier, a little easier. That's the main mission of my coming and talking to you on a regular basis, right? With that, I'll say goodbye to you. Take care and happy healing your children on the spectrum. Everything is possible. Never underestimate. Everything is possible. Bye bye. See you.